Hello everyone, today I am joined by Joe O'Neill, the card game designer at FFG, or one of many.
Yes, we've got quite a big team now.
And I'm going to be asking a variety of questions about Star Wars Unlimited that, well, I wanted to know the answer to, and I know a load of you did as well. We're going to jump straight in. It's not all about Set 5. So let's start off with how you actually got into designing space, and then specifically Star Wars Unlimited.
Yeah, of course. This is my first full professional design job, but I've worked on fan projects in the past, and I've grown up with games. I've always loved games, video games, card games, board games, any of it. So to take the experience from those different types and kind of meld it together in a way that works for Star Wars Unlimited has been really, really satisfying.
Is there any that you've drawn inspiration from?
It's a good question. A lot of different RPGs actually work really well when there's turn-based combat. You're like, I liked the way that worked in that video game. There is turn-based combat in Star Wars Unlimited. It's not going to be one-to-one, but there are some similarities there.
What is your favourite card that you've designed and revealed to date?
Yes. We have revealed my favorite card, and it's a simple answer, but Gungi.
I thought that might be the answer.
I've talked about it a lot on stream, but he's my favorite for sure. I really like cards that can do a lot with very little text. Like when it's...
Or no text.
Or no text at all, yeah. Simple abilities that end up being really strong are really satisfying as a designer.
Do you think Gungi's going to be very strong?
I do, yeah. He's really sticky, he comes out early, and he's got some really nice traits to make him synergize in a lot of different decks. So I expect him to see some competitive play.
Okay. Yeah. Whether it's against Gungi or another card,
yes.
What card is your nemesis?
Nemesis, okay, lately it's been Luke Skywalker from Set 1, because as soon as he hits the board, I know that my opponent's about to stabilize, and I'm about to start losing. Yeah, I really like aggro decks, and he's kind of my my nemesis there.
Yeah. And at this point, I will say, we played yesterday, and I did lose.
We did. It was a fun match.
It was an aggro-y sort of match.
Yeah.
So it was quite quick, and I still lost.
No, I am happy for a rematch anytime. You'll probably get me on another one.
Oh, lovely. So when designing cards yourself, be that a favourite one or not, what's something that's like, this is your designer signature? Everyone else is going to go, oh, we know who designed this card.
I love this question. The real answer is not revealed yet, but I will say the Vigilance Villainy Rare leader in Legends of the Force is the most Joe card ever designed.
Okay.
But out of what we have revealed yet, it might be the Kylo Ren unit from Legends of the Force. Anything that says put upgrades on me is very, very Joe. I love putting lightsabers on my units. It's fragile, but you can just go off to the races if it works.
And we were even talking about putting lightsabers on Orgulls and Space Whales and all that, so anything that you can upgrade. And how many lightsabers again are going to be in the new set?
There are 9, I believe. So there's a full cycle across all colors. No, wait, there are 10. 10. Full cycle across all colors, plus Darth Revan's lightsaber, plus constructed lightsaber.
Plenty to use as upgrades.
Yes, you get your pick of the litter.
So in Set 5 we've got the Force being a new thing, and also a new keyword of hidden.
Yes.
And this has been referred to as evergreen, so it's going to feature in upcoming sets as well.
Yep.
What does that mean for keywords that haven't been called evergreen, such as piloting, because there's plenty more pilots out there, and also stuff like smuggle and different things like that.
Yes.
Are we going to see them again?
One day, most likely. So these keywords that are like fan favorites, we love them too. We want to revisit them. There's a lot of design space there. but they will probably not appear in the same rotation. But down the line, we have been talking a lot about when do we want to revisit these, how do we want to revisit these. So I think it's a matter of when, not if. But for now, each set will have its own mechanic, and then we will come back to some of the old mechanics and add new, fun flavor.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm personally glad to hear that. I love pilots, so more in the...
I do too. I love upgrades.
Yeah, more in the future, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So we've started to see some very interesting decks actually winning PQs and potentially regionals. One that stands out for me is Admiral Akbar actually picking up a win. Definitely didn't have that on a bingo card. What do you think though is being slept on right now? What's the next quirky thing?
I think you know my answer after our game.
Oh dear, I do.
I'm a big believer in Wat Tambor. Being able to give +2 power is really strong when it's for 0 resources. I think you can run it with a lot of jump to light speed cards and TIE fighters, the units that are easy to be defeated, but also can help you swarm the board. It's a lot easier than when you only had battle droid tokens. Now you have battle droids and TIE fighters. So.
Yeah, in fact, in the game that was just mentioned there, you managed to hit for 8 from basically a 1-1. It started out with an upgrade with the +2, +2, and a +2, +2, and yeah, that was pretty devastating.
Yeah, you can turn any TIE fighter into all of a sudden a giant unit and punch the base for 9, and all of a sudden you're winning in an aggro matchup. So.
Yeah, well, and you did. So there's a variety of ways to play Star Wars Unlimited. I've just played Twin Suns over in Open Gaming, but there's the Premier 1-on-1, there's Draft, there's Limited. If you could only pick one, which would it be? Let's start with that.
It's a good question. I would definitely pick Premier. For me and card games, my favorite thing is deck building and running that engine and trying to modify the deck to work as well as it can. I'm very much a dreamer and combo player. I like to play strange things and make them work. But everyone on the team would have a different answer for that. Some people really like the competitive side. Some people really like Draft. Some people really like Twin Suns and the more fun, dynamic aspect. So I like that there's such a variety of choices.
Because there's the variety of choices in game mode, when you're actually designing cards, is it a struggle sometimes? Like, you've created this card, it is perfect for just normal one-on-one gameplay, but then, there's 2 other people sat around the table, this is really broken.
It's a good question. Usually we don't see that happen as much in Twin Suns because there's a lot more uncertainty in Twin Suns. If you play a card that's really, really strong, you have to wait 3 actions from other players that want to get rid of that card. So we've noticed that some cards whoa, this is really good in Twin Suns, but also there's 3 vanquish chances before it comes back to you. So it self-balances a little bit in that respect.
Has there ever been a part where a card's been too good in another mode and you've had to fix it?
Draft and Sealed for sure, because that's where rarity matters a lot. We want commons to be simple, uncommons to be a little bit more complex and up the line, but we also have to remember that if this card is appearing in Draft and Sealed a lot, it's a lot harder to remove from the board. So if a common is too impactful, sometimes it can be devastating in a Draft and Sealed. You grab that and you win. So that's where the balance is a little bit more difficult. But we also like that some of our commons and uncommons are really strong cards. It helps the game be more accessible.
Yes, it does. Yeah, very much so.
So it's that eternal balancing act, and it's something I think we've been very careful of in testing. But you never know when things hit the wild. You will all discover things that we couldn't have dreamed of, and that's an exciting part of being a designer. So.
Well, this leads perfectly into the next question, which is there have been a few cards that have been a little bit too strong.
Yes.
They are 4 cards, and they're all cunning.
Yes.
Is there something particular about cunning that has made designing balance harder? Because it's good for what it's good at?
Yeah. The short answer is yes.
Okay.
Cunning is a difficult color to balance sometimes. It's something that we have noticed in the development from sets 4 or 5 onward. And we want to be much more sure of baking in the weaknesses into the color pie as well. So we obviously know that like cunning is a tricksy color. It can do a lot of interesting ways of interacting that the other player might not expect. But it's also important that cunning has weaknesses, like you play many events, now you don't have as many cards in your hand. So we want to make sure that those weaknesses stay, and that's true for every single color, where, for example, Vigilance is good at removal, but Vigilance is also a little slower at the game. So it's always difficult, every color has their own challenges. But
Now, from a personal point, if you could add one card to that ban list because it's really good against Tambo or Kylo Ren, you have another deck.
I do.
What would that one card be that you're like, this always is painful? Not quite a nemesis because you don't want to be banning Luke.
No,
but
no,
what's
no.
like a more of a common or an uncommon card that you're like, every time that comes up, that's an issue for me.
I'm not saying that we actually want to suspend this card. I want that to be very clear.
If you could say like,
Yeah.
when I'm playing against you, you're not allowed this card.
If I could do that to other people, I would say disabling Fangfighter. Let me keep my lightsaber. I want it.
You like your upgrades.
Yeah, I'm glad that card exists in the game. It's a good counter to a lot of gameplay patterns. But I want my lightsaber.
And one final one. This is a question I really want the answer to. There's 2 Porgs have been revealed.
Yes.
There's 1 Ewok for set 5.
Yes.
Are we going to see more Ewoks in set 5 and the future?
Set 5, there is only the one Ewok. We want them in the game. I want everyone to know that we love Ewoks too. I mean, I'm so glad he got picked for the art piece behind us. It's a matter of when, not if. We will make Ewoks. We will be able to run an Ewok deck one day, but we need to, yeah. There's just so many different corners of the Star Wars universe that we have to explore them all, and the order that they get explored in is sometimes like, oh, I wish I had that sooner, but it will come. It will come.
Amazing. Thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Losing to you yesterday and talking to you today.
No, it's been fantastic. I've had a great time, and it's been wonderful talking with you too.
Hopefully you all enjoyed listening to these answers, and thanks everyone.
Thank
Have a good
you.
day.